So welcome to my reaction on the PlayStation 5 showcase event that just took place. It was on YouTube. I watched it there and I got a lot to say. I mean, oh my God, it actually surprised me and it got me a little hyped and I didn't know what to expect. I went in with very low expectations going, oh yeah, they'll probably show a bunch of things that we kind of know are coming out, and they did do that. There won't be that many surprises and we will not find out the price yet. Well, we got some surprises and we found out the price. Okay, I gotta start at the beginning, and I filmed my reaction to this, but it was so low key, and I gotta get into it. They unveiled, get this, Final FantasyXVI. That is huge, that is gigantic news that I didn't even see happening while I was watching it. I was watching it on a laptop right here, and here was my reaction. Oh, is this, I really thought it was like some extension, some add-on for Final Fantasy XIV. I thought, oh, is it Dissidia, that fighting game? Is it something to do with that? I thought it was to do with those two things. I didn't realize what I was watching was Final Fantasy XVI. And I have to go and watch that trailer again for it to really soak into my brain. Because it didn't seem like Final Fantasy XVI. It didn't seem like the big hype, you know, the way they kind of showed it was very underwhelming. I didn't know what it was at first. And then it's like, Final Fantasy XVI, I was like, what? And then it says, PlayStation 5 exclusive. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So, what I saw in the trailer looks like a return to medieval, which is very, very cool. I am excited about that. That's awesome. But I really need to go and watch the trailer quite a few more times. That was the last thing that I thought I was going to see today going in, was anything to do with Final Fantasy XVI, right? That's usually such a big E3 moment, and because of the way the world is right now, you know, there's no E3 the way it used to be, so this is a great way to do it, but the way they kind of set it up at first, I didn't know what it was. So that was a strange one. Caught me off guard right to begin with. The new Spider-Man Miles game looks really good. I love the PlayStation 4 game. I really enjoyed playing Spider-Man in that game. And this is a whole new adventure and you know, kind of an add-on to that. And it looks great. The graphics look PlayStation 5-ish. They do. It's funny with you know, moving on to different generations now. This isn't like going from the 8-bit days to the 16-bit to the 32-bit at all. Now it's very subtle, you know, because the graphics right now that we're dealing with on PS4 and Xbox One are very, very good, right? I'm really happy with them. So to see the next generation games, they look very close, but I can see that they're doing a little bit more, you know, with distancing and things like that within the game itself. And obviously, during the lifespan of this machine, the games will get better. But Spider-Man, I got excited. I was like, I can't wait to play Spider-Man again. Here's something that I'm gonna say that is crazy. I am not into Harry Potter. I'm not a big Harry Potter guy. My wife loves the books, and I have friends of mine that love it. I never read it. I appreciate the world and all that kinds of stuff. That's fine. You know, I can see that's a lot of fun. All of a sudden, they showed this Hogwarts game, and I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Is this an MMO? I still don't know, you know, how it plays out. But I'm like, this looks really good. And I said something strangely outlandish to myself while I was watching it. I said, this actually looks better than the Final Fantasy XVI trailer that they showed. It really showed a lot more gameplay and a lot more fun, and the graphics were really good in the Harry Potter game. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe how good it looks. Am I going to go out day one and get that? Probably not. I might tell my wife about it. She might be interested. But for anybody who's a Harry Potter fan, that's kind of a fascinating thing. I did not expect it to be any good. I didn't expect it to be anything of note at all. Also, Black Ops Cold War looked really good. Some of the, you know, grabbing characters in front of you, the way you like break their necks and stab them, throw them out of the way the gameplay looked in that, and I'm not really into those style of games as much anymore. I used to be when I was, you know, maybe around 5-6 years ago. I kind of gotten out of them a little bit more, but that was kind of bringing me back in a little bit. That looked kind of fun. Obviously, they showed Resident Evil 8, The Village. You know, they're trying to get away from the 8 in the title and just really get it to be called Village. I think it looks absolutely extraordinary. I love it because it's reminding me when we went to Resident Evil 4. And do you remember how, like, the cults that you're dealing with and all that? It feels like a different take on Resident Evil once again, a little bit more horror themed, kind of the haunted castle going on up there. I like it. I think it looks awesome. And it's all of a sudden, I'm getting excited. And I'll be honest with you, I've been a little lukewarm on next gen, but I saw Resident Evil and I'm like, I'm excited about next gen. I can say that now. I'm excited about next gen. And then I saw Deathloop and I was like, that looks okay. It's not my style of game. I'm sure some people might enjoy it quite a bit. Not my thing. And then all of a sudden, they show Devil May Cry 5. I'm like, what? Like, I thought it was actually going to be another Devil May Cry game, but it's still 5. It's a special edition version of the game. A lot of enhancements in there. And the interesting thing, I wrote it down here, it said digital, at launch. So I don't think there's going to be a physical copy. That's my guess right now, because they made sure they wrote digital at launch. So when the game kind of, I guess when the PlayStation 5 comes out, you can download it digitally. Maybe there'll be like an actual physical copy later on. You know me, I always want physical copy, so that would be really good. But I just want to say, this PlayStation event was really good. Was really, really good. And then we get to Oddworld, Soulstorm, and I'm a big Oddworld fan. I was since the original PlayStation. I thought the game was odd, strange, and weird. I remember me and my friends sitting up many late nights drinking beer, playing that game, laughing at how ridiculous it was. And to see the next game, what can I say? Well, I don't think it's pushing the boundaries of the PlayStation 5 hardware. It's more about the gameplay for that game. It looks like they're trying to do a lot more characters on the screen. That's the claim to fame of the game. I think it looks like a lot of fun, but I'm an Oddworld fan. I can see for a lot of people to be like, oh, it's like PlayStation 4 graphics. It's nothing that stunning. I think the proof is in the pudding of what style of game it is and how it plays out. And I can really say that for that, because that game's a lot of fun. Oh my God. Demon Souls. Demon Souls. Another game that is making me excited about next gen. When I saw that game playing today, I was sitting there, I had the biggest smile on my face, because that game kicks my ass and then some, but I love it. I love the gothic setting, I love the monsters, I love the quick deaths that you can inflict and can inflict it onto you at times, and the puzzles and all of that stuff. I think it's fantastic. And oh my God, this one really was shocking to see. I was watching it going, this is amazing. This is amazing, seeing some of the bosses and the environments. You know, it is subtly better, but it is better. And I think it looks really good myself. A lot of people might just say, oh, it's the game again. Yes, it is, but my God, what a beautiful facelift for such a beautiful game. And a classic game now, for sure. Okay, another thing I want to mention, PlayStation Plus Collection. Now, I gotta say, I'm a PlayStation Plus member myself. For PlayStation 5, when you carry over it onto there, you get a ton of first-party, pretty much, PlayStation 4 games on PlayStation 5. So Persona 5 is on there. You know, you get Resident Evil 7, Uncharted 4, Mortal Kombat. The list goes on and on and on. I was surprised. I'm like, for anybody who did not buy a PlayStation 4, and I'm sure there's some of you out there, like, you know, this generation that didn't, that's totally fine. Man, maybe PlayStation 5, great place to jump in, get those next generation games, but also get the backlog of all those PlayStation 4 games for free. All you got to do is download them. So if you got digital, PlayStation Plus, you just download them. You're good to go. I will be downloading them all again just to have them on the PlayStation 5. And that's where we get into something. The pricing. Finally, the pricing. We've all been waiting for it. You know, the Xbox Series X and S have already unveiled their prices. And what have we got here? For the digital version of the PlayStation 5, $399 USD. Not bad. Not too bad. $100 more for the regular PlayStation 5. Count me in. Day one. I'm in. I'm in 100% for sure. I am so thrilled that they announced the pricing. And I think the pricing is reasonable. $400 to get a digital-only version? That's pretty amazing. That for next gen? So for $400 US, you get the most of the really great PlayStation 4 games. Instantly, you can download those. You need PlayStation Plus, and then you can get all your next gen games. That's if you just want to go digital only, so you're saving yourself $100 by doing that. They're really trying to push all of us, all of us old timers out, man. They don't want anybody to be into physical media at the end of this generation, because I understand digital is cheap. That's $100 off is $100 save, man. You spend $100 on games. That's great. And I do appreciate that model, and I'm a big physical media guy. But for me, it'll be the regular one at $500, because I want to get those physical copies. I am stupidly old school. I have a hard time letting go, and I won't let go until they make me let go. But you can tell it's fascinating with next gen right now, is they really want to, they're not dividing the audience, they're creating a great opportunity for both audiences. Because I know a lot of friends that only want digital copies. They don't want their houses filled with stupid games. They don't want that. They just want a nice little box, right next to their TV. That's it. Where I like to see my games. It makes me remember the games as well by actually seeing physical copies. But anyways, that's a whole thing for another time. But I like that there's a choice. They're not just saying, no, it's digital only, too bad. That would piss everyone off. And they didn't do that. So good on them, man. Good on them. There's choice for everybody for next gen. And, for a lot of people, just wait it out. That's also another thing to do. Just wait it out and let the machines come out. Early adopters always have the early problems with machines. That absolutely happens. But, I got a show about video games. I'm always being that guy to get the consoles when they come out because I'm a big fan of this stuff. This is something I really enjoy a lot. Now, my question is, what do you think of the price? Are you amazed at it? Are you like, nah, still too high for me? Where you at with that? What did you think about this showcase event? For me, 9 to 10 out of 10, man. I'm telling you, I was surprised with some of the news that was in here. Final FantasyXVI? I still can't believe that. I still can't believe that is a thing that I watched and I didn't even know it was that. That's so nuts. So anyways, guys, I just want to come in and talk a little bit about what I saw today and how much fun it was. And it does seem that we will be returning to God of War as well. So that was a nice little, kind of teaser there for sure. So anyways, guys, until next time.